After 2 years of waiting, Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez finally said, "I do."
I never thought at 55
Go girl.
that, I'd be getting married.
But this wasn't just any wedding. Think non-stop private jets, a massive super yacht, A-list stars, even royalty, and protesters ready to crash the most luxurious party. Curious how one of the world's richest men tied the knot?
Hey, Jeff!
So, let's get into the wildest event Venice has ever seen. When you're someone like Jeff Bezos, arriving in style isn't optional, it's a must. And he and Lauren Sánchez did not disappoint.
Mr. Bezos!
The billionaire Amazon founder, 61, and the best-selling author, 55, made a jaw-dropping entrance in Venice by helicopter just days before their extravagant celebration began.
Possible city. It can't exist. And yet here it is.
The couple checked into the Amen Hotel, a premium retreat, where rooms with a view of the Grand Canal start at a casual $4,500 per night. It marked the beginning of what many are calling the wedding of the century, with an estimated price tag north of $50 million. Over 90 private jets flew guests into Marco Polo Airport, while others arrived on mega yachts quietly docked around the city. And the guest list? Absolutely star-studded. Some 200 A-listers from entertainment, business, and politics. Among the most stylish arrivals, Kim Kardashian, her sister Khloe, and their mom Kris Jenner, who touched down on June 26th already dressed to kill. Kim sported a gray Balenciaga two-piece with oversized shades. Khloe went full glam in a leopard print strapless number, and Kris kept it classic in a black ruffled dress. The Kardashians were fully in the spirit. Seriously, they changed looks multiple times a day, turning Venice into their personal runway. It was like the Met Gala on water. Orlando Bloom was also spotted, sharing a warm hug with Kim. He arrived solo amid rumors of a split from fiancée Katy Perry, who was notably absent due to her ongoing The Lifetimes tour. Among other famous faces arriving were Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King, Karlie Kloss, Usher, Tom Brady, and Bezos' fellow billionaire Bill Gates with his girlfriend. Leonardo DiCaprio was also there, keeping a low profile with a cap as he stayed mostly under the radar. He was seen with his girlfriend, model Vittoria Chiretti, Brooks Nader, Tommy Hilfiger, Sydney Sweeney, and even Queen Rania of Jordan, all attended the most talked-about summer event. On Thursday evening, Jeff and Lauren officially kicked off their multi-day wedding celebration, and they did it in signature billionaire style. The couple chose a truly breathtaking setting to begin: the cloisters of Madonna dell'Orto, a 14th-century church, housing masterpieces by Renaissance painter Tintoretto. But that was just part of the picture. The real magic unfolded in one of Venice's best-kept secrets, San Alvisi. Even most Venetians haven't stepped inside. According to a source, guests were treated to fresh, piping hot pizza cooked on site by a famous Neapolitan chef. Because, of course, no Bezos bash is complete without the best of the best. The city had already prepared. By 6 p.m., a traffic ban was in place across nearby streets. Bezos himself, escorted by 10 bodyguards, of course. And while the setting was pure history, Lauren Sanchez's look was high fashion. Her dress? A jaw-dropping Schiaparelli creation, first revealed at the Petit Palais in Paris earlier this year. On the morning of her big day, Sánchez stepped out in a sleek white suit, flashing a mega-carat diamond ring and a beaded bracelet with her new initials, LB. On Friday, Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez finally said their vows. The intimate ceremony took place on the picturesque island of San Giorgio Maggiore. And of course, no classic Venetian wedding would be complete without an opera performance. For this occasion, the couple invited none other than Matteo Bocelli, son of the legendary Andrea Bocelli. At 27 years old, he opened the celebration with a breathtaking rendition of Elvis Presley's timeless classic, Can't Help Falling in Love. Later, Lauren's 2 sons, Nico and Evan, walked her down the aisle. Now, let's talk about the moment everyone was watching, her wedding gown. While the groom begged to see her look prior to the ceremony, Lauren didn't give in. But I want it to be a surprise. As you get a little older, not many things surprise you. I can't wait to see his face. She wore a stunning custom long-sleeve dress by Dolce & Gabbana, featuring intricate Italian lace, 180 hand-finished silk chiffon buttons, and a dramatic mermaid skirt. The bride confessed she felt like a princess in it. It was inspired by the classic look Sophia Loren wore in the movie Houseboat back in 1958. Fun fact, this was the first formal dress Lauren has ever worn that didn't show off her chest. It's a departure from what people might expect, but it feels authentically me, she told Vogue. To complete her stunning look, the former TV journalist borrowed Dolce Alta Gioielleria Miracolo earrings, 4 diamonds cut from a single stone and set in white gold. And for her something blue, Lauren wore a secret keepsake from her Blue Origin spaceflight, a subtle, deeply personal nod to the moment that brought her and Jeff even closer. But she didn't stop there. She slipped into a Rita Hayworth-inspired dress, only to change once again into an Oscar de la Renta gown, sparkling with 175,000 crystals. And now, it's official. The star changed her Instagram name to Lauren Sánchez Bezos after the wedding and wiped all her old posts. She added just 2 new publications, their first pictures as Mr. and Mrs. Bezos. A simple but powerful way to say, we're married. I am a different person than I was 5 years ago. Jeff hasn't changed me. Jeff has revealed me. I feel safe. I feel seen. He lets me be me. But here's the twist. According to a senior City Hall official, the lavish ceremony actually had no legal status under Italian law. Yes, just symbolic. So insiders believe Jeff and Lauren already tied the knot back in the US, likely in Florida, before jetting off to Venice. And one major thing, the prenup. With Bezos' net worth sitting around $220 billion, his team wasn't about to let anything slide. Reportedly, Jeff wanted to marry Lauren as soon as possible, but his lawyers hit the brakes until every legal detail was signed, sealed, and locked down. Still, paperwork or not, the wedding was packed with love. Lauren described it as extremely intimate. And it truly was. For example, guests had to hand over their phones during wedding events, especially the main ceremony. Why? To create a fully immersive experience with 0 distractions and complete privacy for their closest friends and family. And as you might expect, the celebration didn't end with the vows. On Saturday night, the newlyweds threw a super private dolce notte after party, and it came with a pajamas-inspired dress code. For the grand finale, the now billionaire's wife served up a stunning Atelier Versace look, shimmering with crystal mesh embroidery and paired perfectly with a matching dressing gown. A source revealed the couple wanted a relaxed, music-filled night to send their guests off after intense days of celebration. And who better to set the mood than their favorite performers? Usher brought the smooth vocals, while DJ Cassidy kept the dance floor buzzing all night long. Originally, the party was planned for the historic Scuola Grande della Misericordia, but plans changed suddenly, and for good reason. A grassroots protest group threatened to block the surrounding canals with inflatable crocodiles to disrupt the event. But the pressure wasn't just playful. Security concerns soared after recent U.S. military actions, plus the fact that Ivanka Trump was attending made things even more delicate. The solution? Organizers moved the celebration to the Arsenale, a fortified medieval shipyard turned private art venue in Venice's Castello district. With its raised bridges and boat-only access, it offered the kind of tight security that Venice's congested center simply couldn't provide. Still, it didn't stop activists from making their voices heard. In St. Mark's Square, they staged a wedding-themed protest with a masked bride and groom, holding signs that called out wealth inequality and climate neglect. One sign read, "The planet is burning, but don't worry. Here's the list of the 27 dresses of Lauren Sánchez." And yes, that's exactly how many outfits she brought to Italy. On June 24th, activists floated a life-size Jeff Bezos mannequin, clad in an Amazon jumpsuit, clutching dollar bills, down a Venice canal. Meanwhile, Greenpeace unfurled giant banners across St. Mark's Square, reading, "If you can rent Venice for your wedding, you can pay more tax." All of it was part of a larger procession called by the No Space for Bezos Committee, who accused the couple of turning Venice into a billionaire playground, accessible only to the ultra-wealthy. Their concern? That high-profile events like these push locals further out of their own city. They feel it exploits Venice's beauty, while ignoring the day-to-day struggles of those who actually live there. Still, not all Venetians were on the same page. Some hoteliers and officials welcomed the influx of wealthy guests. They argued that Bezos' wedding was better for the city than overcrowded tourism from day trippers. Daniele Minotto, vice president of the Venetian Hoteliers Association, dismissed the protests entirely. "We're not talking about hundreds or thousands of people. We're talking about a few dozen." Mayor Luigi Brugnaro acknowledged criticism, but defended hosting Bezos, stating that Venice must stay open to all kinds of visitors. And to be fair, Bezos and Sánchez made an effort to give back. They sourced about 80% of their wedding provisions locally, from food and florals to handmade details, helping support the city's economy. And what about the gifts? Well, here's also an interesting twist. The couple wasn't really expecting traditional presents. A snippet of their wedding invitation started circulating online, and the message was clear: please, no gifts. Instead, they asked guests to honor the occasion by supporting local causes, with donations going to different organizations. But that doesn't mean guests left empty-handed. According to Vogue, Sánchez curated custom goodie bags filled with Venetian treats. And for the reception, the men were gifted Vibi Venezia blue velvet slippers, while the women received plush, open-toe black slippers from Amazon, a cozy nod to the couple's lifestyles coming together.
I mean, life is just beginning. It is just beginning.
So, what can we take away from this epic, over-the-top, star-studded celebration? Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez didn't just throw a wedding. They staged a spectacle that dazzled and divided Venice for weeks. One thing's for sure, this was truly a once-in-a-lifetime event. But what do you think? Was this the wedding of the century or a flashy display out of touch with reality? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this deep dive, and don't forget to subscribe for more insider stories on the biggest celebrity events around the world.